Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be super fun to chat about some of the changes that I made to my budget and some of the expenses that I cut when I decided that I was going to go back to school for nursing and take a pretty big pay cut, which I have talked about in other videos here. One of the first things that I did more so for my own peace of mind was I went through my budget and made up several sample budgets to look at just different areas that I could cut money, what would make the biggest differences, and I thought that today I could share some of those with you guys. So with that, like I mentioned before, I was making quite a bit more money and I definitely was spending quite a bit of money on just like fun expenses, I would say. So some of the areas that I cut down when I decided that I was going to go back to nursing school are I had a monthly car wash subscription, which was super nice, but I do think is only really necessary in the winter months. I do live in the Midwest, so we get snow here and it is nice to just like keep the salt off of your car so that nothing starts to like rust or corrode. But that was one thing that I got rid of just for the summer months, and I probably will get it back this winter, but I did have like the highest premium package, and I do think that I will probably just go with like a middle of the road package this time, as long as it washes like the underside of the car to get all of the salt off and all of the things too, which my dad would be very proud of. And then another expense that I had that I decided to cut down as well was I was getting a monthly like hand towel subscription, which was super fun when we first moved into our house and I had like no seasonal decor towels. It was from the brand Cray, I believe it's Crae, and they were super nice towels. The subscription was so fun, but it was $32 a month, and I had accumulated towels for every season and every holiday. So unfortunately, that was one that I really missed that I did have to cut as well. I did used to get monthly pedicures, and that is something that I've started doing at home as well to save a little bit of money too. That was like $40 a month, but definitely something that adds up. So I do just save those for like special occasions now, and then going into that for special occasions too. I did have a monthly Newly subscription, which was super nice when I had my office job, just because I was wanting new tops and new things to wear all of the time. I'm so sorry. She's just like chilling in the video. But I did go ahead and cut that. I actually just paused my subscription though, because I had a few free items and I do still want to use it when we go on like trips and vacations and stuff like that. But that is something that I paused, that I'm not getting on a monthly basis anymore like I used to. Another thing that I cut for my budget was monthly massages. So I usually went twice a month, and it was usually around $80 a massage. And I did end up cutting that out of my budget to save a little bit of money, which I do really miss. And I also pared down my like eating out and coffee out budget. So I used to let myself get lunch out at work once a week and a coffee out once a week. And now I do just allow myself to eat out once a week, and I usually try to keep it around $10. And then every other time Colin and I go out to eat, I do usually still pick up that bill like I did before, as well as just like overall discretionary spending. So whether that be like clothes or just random other things I want to spend money on, I used to give myself $200 a month, and now I give myself about $50, so I can always save that up if there is something that I'm wanting, but just really paring that down too. Aside from that, I'm looking at my old budget here. I did have a security system that we were using that I changed companies to save a little bit of money, as well as my auto insurance. We switched companies when we moved into our new house, and I bundled that together to save a little bit too. I just shopped around to see if there were any cheaper rates. And then I also had a Patreon subscription that I canceled for now, as much as I loved supporting that creator, just because it was kind of an extra expense, along with going through and looking at random app subscriptions that I had. One of them being like my Audible that I canceled for now too. Audible actually ended up running a sale like right after I paused my membership, where I could get like 12 credits for about half price of what I was paying a month. So I went ahead and did that, and I have those to kind of just get me through the next few months. And then if I see something I really want, I can do that too. And I also switched to Netflix with ads. It cut our costs in about half, just switching down to the ads version, which is something that really hasn't bothered me much because our Hulu has ads anyway. And I also cut down my spending on supplements. So I was taking like greens, kickstart, pre-workout, collagen, and a probiotic. And I have pared that down to greens and a probiotic right now. And I had some collagen left that I got on sale. So I've just been watching for sales on that. And if they do have them, I'll pick it up. But if not, I do not. So I did make just like a ton of cuts to a lot of like subscriptions and discretionary spending overall, and it has helped a ton with living just a lot more comfortable lifestyle with being on a lower income and not being worried about, am I going to be able to pay my bills this month, and all of the stress that comes with that. So that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.